When was the last time you saw someone smiling in public? Not that polite grin at the checkout, not the forced smile you have on a photo. I mean, real joy, a real smile, unfiltered, eyes lit up. What was your reaction? Did you think, good for you, well done? Or did you think, what's on earth wrong with them? Why are they so fake? Strange, isn't it? Complaining feels normal. Being tired is accepted. Misery seems to bond us, but the happiness, that just feels suspicious. Look around online. Negativity dominates the feed. Bad news spreads 6 times faster than good. Anger gets the clicks. But share something positive? People just scroll past it or just think it's fake. So here's the thought I want to share with you, and I want you to sit with. When did smiling become odd? When did joy become rebellion? Why does happiness make us feel, dare I say, uncomfortable? Psychologists call it negative bias. Our brains scan for threats. That kept our ancestors alive, but now that instinct is being hijacked. Outrage keeps us scrolling, and just that joy feels out of place. And yet joy is a real human need. Proverbs 17:22 says, "A cheerful heart is good medicine. Not a luxury, not an afterthought, a cure." And science does agree. Even forcing a smile can change your brain chemistry. Your body reads it as real. Harvard research shows gratitude rewires the mind. Other studies found people who smiled genuinely in old yearbook photos were more likely to live a happier life. Decades after, joy literally heals. So, if joy heals, why do we treat it like the problem? I remember sitting in a cafe. 2 women were laughing so loudly it filled the room. My first thought wasn't, that's beautiful, or cool, wonder what they're laughing at. Like joy needed proving, And I caught myself thinking, oh, what are they laughing for? That's a bit suspicious. Maybe you felt it too. You laugh out loud in public and then you tend to rein back and you pull it back. You celebrate a win, then feel sort of guilty for showing off. You smile too much and someone asks, what are you on, mate? That's where we are. Joy just feels strange. But Jesus didn't treat joy as optional. In John 15:11 he said, "My joy may be in you and your joy complete." That's not shallow, not fake, complete joy. Deep enough to carry you through any suffering. And Philippians 4:4 adds, "Rejoice in the Lord. Always, I say it. I say it again, rejoice." It's not a suggestion, it's a command. The joy of the Lord is your strength. You notice this. The joy of the Lord is your strength. Not cynicism, joy. Joy is strength. So let me ask you this. If it's not a personal trait or a personality trait, not something for the lucky few people, it's evidence of God's presence. So why do we resist it? Maybe because misery connects us. Maybe we feel that relationship with people through misery. If someone says at work, "Oh, I'm exhausted," everybody nods and says, "Oh, yeah, I agree." If someone actually turns around and says, "You know what, I feel really good today," people roll their eyes. Negativity unites, positivity isolates. But maybe the joy is meant to stand out. Maybe happiness is supposed to look strange. Maybe joy is rebellion against a culture of misery. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you let yourself feel joy without apologising? When was the last time you laughed so hard your stomach hurt? Do you even remember? We have mirror neurons in our brain. They copy emotions of other people around us. They mirror people. That's why yawning, yawn in public is contagious. People start yawning. So so is smiling. So is joy. You might not realise it, but your joy has the power to lift somebody else's day. I've seen it at football with my son. Parents complain about the ref, the pitch, the weather. But one dad shouts, "Come on lads, enjoy it." And for a moment the mood changes. It's awkward, yes, but guess what? It's freeing, it's refreshing. I've been at work and I've seen it at work. People bond over stress, deadline, pressures, the grind. But when someone actually says, "I've had a really good week," it breaks that rhythm and people don't know really what to do with it. That tells us something. We expect the worst. We distrust the good. And we normalise the misery. But joy still matters. Joy still heals. Joy still reflects the heart of God. So how do we practice it? How do we choose joy when the world tells us it's odd or not natural? Here's a few suggestions. Keep a 3 good things journal. Each night just write down 3 things that made you smile. It could be as small as a good cup of coffee or hearing a child laugh, your kids laugh, whatever. But this gratitude just rewires our brain. Take a joy walk. Leave your phone at home. I find that difficult, I'm going to admit, but leave your phone at home, and just go on a nice walk and see what sparks the joy, the awe, a tree, bird, clouds, nice cars, whatever it may be. And send a gratitude message. Text a friend, out of the blue, "I'm thankful for you," and just see what happens. Pray the Psalms out loud. Psalm 118:24. "This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it." Not tomorrow, not when life is easy, today. And smile. Even if you don't feel like it, guess what? Your brain will catch up. Because joy spreads too. And in a world addicted to negativity, joy is radical as faith. So let me ask you again, is joy really the taboo now? Or is it the rebellion we have all been waiting for? Please drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. Keep learning, keep praying. There's room on the pew, and you are loved.